call me Pops. I'm 78 years old, probably one of the oldest trainers still able to catch mitts for any of the fighters. I was born in Maui, Hawaii, and I left the islands when I was 17. I went in the Marine Corps. I retired as a product assurance program manager from Lockheed Missiles and Space Corporation here in Sunnyvale with 33 years experience. At one time I used to have about 25 engineers working for me, and I used to work on programs that nobody knows about. So I started training fighters as a hobby in 1968. And I trained, first I started training amateur boxing, then kickboxing. That's where I trained Javier Mendez, Francis Farley, Chris Brinkerhoff, and Sam Magnum Montgomery. All four of them made them world champions. And they were world champions for at least 5 to 8 years. I moved back to Hawaii with 4 world champions up here because my wife's decided she wanted to move back to the islands because of the climate. And I moved back in 1991, and I was going to retire as a trainer, but there were so many guys that came over and asked me, so I started training boxing and kickboxing again. And then I got into MMA back in 98, 99. I'm over here helping Javier train these guys because I love to see my guys progress. And as I work with them, I teach them different kind of combinations that they don't normally get from other coaches, and that makes them excel little by little. And I work with the younger guys and watch them grow into champions. And I love it here. I think Javier has a great gym here. It's one of the largest that I've ever seen, and he has all the equipment that's necessary to build world champions. And that's why I don't mind coming here, and Javier's a damn good guy. I like him very much. I've liked him even when I was training him because he's an amiable type of person. To talk to him, you like him. He's not arrogant like I am. If the fighter has the will that he wants to fight, he's not being made to fight by his parents. And I know when I start training him, if he has the will that he wants to progress, like Javier has a new kid here that I just started training, and this is only the second try, and I know he's going to be a world champion. In fact, back when Kane first started, Javier had me work him in his old gym up there. And I told Javier then, I said, this guy is going to go somewhere. This guy got it. I've had boxing, kickboxing, and MMA. I got some good MMA fighters back in the islands. I have about 6 pros there, and I have a bunch of amateurs. Last year, I took 4 youngsters. The youngest one was 7 years old. In amateur boxing, they're not allowed to compete until they're 8. I took him, his brother, who was at the time 12 years old, and 2 other boys that were 10 and 11. I trained him for about 3 months, entered him in the Junior Olympic Championship, and on 3 medals, 3 gold and 1 bronze. So that was pretty good. And they look great. They look like they've been training for years. That's because they had the will that they wanted to be fighters, and they really trained hard. But the kid develops a sense of discipline. 9 times out of 10, the kids that are trained, well trained and behave, they excel in school because they learn to listen and to do what they're told. They're not running around making trouble and stuff like that. The old days, they used to consider the fighter a dummy that came off the street, wild man and all that. But today, there's a lot of kids that I have right now that are either college graduates or maybe the high school graduates went to the sub colleges, and they're not no dummies today.